So following up from the video that I did about 2 or 3 months ago about the Victron Energy Smart Solar MPPT 100/20. So they sent me that new the replacement device, which I took back to Greece and installed, and straight away I was experiencing the same symptoms of the load cycling on and off. I contacted Victron Energy straight away in the Netherlands, so the headquarters. I spoke to the same lady that I spoke to before, and she was again very unhelpful. She wouldn't put me through to technical. I asked several times, so then I asked to speak to a manager. She refused and eventually put the phone down on me. At no point was I rude to her. I didn't swear, I didn't raise my voice, but I was desperately in the need to speak to somebody. In the meantime, whilst I was back in the UK, the startup actually went flat because the solar controller was missing, and that was down to about 2.6 volts when I returned, and subsequently I had to then discard the battery and replace it with a new one due to the damage caused. So at this point of speaking to the lady at Victron, I kept phoning back every time she put the phone down on me because I was in a position where I really did need to speak to somebody. Anyway, eventually I did manage to speak to a different lady there who immediately put me through to technical, and couldn't have been more helpful. I explained the situation in detail. Obviously at this point I'm now doubting my electrical install because I've experienced the same symptoms with the second controller. As soon as I finished the conversation, I had a call from a service centre in Spain from Carlos, who spoke very good English. I sent him a schematic of the electrical install. He concluded that it was correct, it was all done correctly, and there should be no problems. And his thoughts were that the MPPT had failed, the second one. Obviously quite unusual, but these things do happen. He offered to send out an engineer just to double check everything for me in Thessaloniki, but due to time constraints I was having in need of driving from Greece to Ukraine to collect Gemma, Max and Harry within the next 10 days, so I didn't have time to wait around for that. So I agreed that I would go to one of their service centres in Bucharest on the way through. Again, exceptionally helpful people, went above and beyond. We actually ended up installing 3 of the same controller into the vehicle, all of them with the same problem. We then tried a slightly different model, a slightly more updated model, and there was no problem. It worked straight away. So with that, I left. Everything was good, and then maybe a few days later, it was exceptionally hot outside. The fridge was running, the panels were outside in the sun, so 250 watts of solar potentially, and then it started to cycle the on-off on the load side again. So I checked the temperature of the control unit by putting a thermometer between the fins of the heatsink, and it was somewhere in the region of 39 degrees. So I put a fan on it. It started to cool down, and as soon as it went down to about 37-38 degrees, it worked fine again. So after this process repeating itself several times over the next few weeks, anytime we had an issue with the controller cycling on and off, we would open the cupboard, stick a fan in there, and the problem would go away. So they work up to 40 degrees with no problems according to their data sheet. They are supposed to function up to 60 degrees, albeit at a lower charge or discharge rates. The conclusion is that the solar controllers are still absolutely really good, and I wouldn't swap it for any other unit. Victron Energy on the whole, in terms of customer service, has been exceptional, apart from the one person that works there in the Netherlands. I have made my feelings very clear to Victron, so yeah, I would still recommend this product. I hope that this has been useful. I know I have had one person contact me with regards to the video. Them experienced the same problems of the cycling on the load side, and when I spoke to them by message, he confirmed that these issues are only happening when it's very, very hot. You can see we're currently in Kazakhstan. It's very, very hot. About to cross into Russia again, and the flies here are huge. You can hear one buzzing away up there. So I hope that concludes everything. The quality of the units, you know, all the charging side is fantastic. If you like the video, if it's been informative, if it's helped you make a decision on whether or whether not to buy a Victron energy product, then I think that's been of some use. And if it has, then I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to our channel. Plenty more videos like this coming. We've got lots of products to review, lots of very, very good products as well, and a couple of not so good products, but we'll get to that sooner or later. Anyway, thanks for listening.